Y'all, LaToxic and Rock Kelly are at it again. What's up? It's Sherelle Unique here. I don't even know what to say, but I'm here with my reaction for Queens of R&B, SWV and Xscape. Y'all, I done wrote down my notes. And let's just get off into it. Rocky and Latasha, aka LaToxic, and Rock Kelly, both are shady. Both can't be trusted. Master manipulators, habitual liars. I mean, it's a shame. It's a shame to watch. And I see why Xscape has not gone further in their career. I see why they have not put out a movie about their career, because you can't do it without the truth. And Latasha couldn't tell the truth if her life depended on it. She is so toxic. It's amazing. All right, let's get into the show, y'all. This is gonna be random. This is not a review. This is my reaction to what I watched. Okay, let's start by saying Tiny, she begun coming with the hair colors, y'all. Y'all ain't gonna beat Tiny with the hair colors. I thought Taj was hitting with the different hairstyles, but you're not about to beat Tiny with the hair colors, okay? At all. Tiny always got something funny to say. She's quick with it. She always got like a little quick one too. I was talking about that before. Little smart alecky little thing she says. Of course, she's taking shots at SWV. I don't like it, y'all. I know we've had a few episodes where they've been kind of being cool, and I know that's entertainment, but I don't like them taking shots at one another. I want them to just be cool. Like, I want them to be cool. They do their show this way, the other girls do their show this way, and it's fine. You know, it is what it is. Tiny always wants to dress sexy. Candy's all over the place with what she wants to wear. In her confessional, she's giving a lot of like dominatrix vibes. Tamika likes to kind of be sexy. And then you got Tasha, who wants to have a little bit of the classy, but with a little sex appeal added to it. Nothing wrong with that. And you got the SWV girls who like it a little bit more edgy, a little bit more hip hop, a little bit more girl next door with a dash of 90s in there. They want to be comfy cute, and I can relate to that too. Let me get off into Tamika, I love her voice. I was listening to her song, I think it's called Almost Over, and some of the clips from last week's episode, and she's killing it. Her voice is amazing. Her voice is similar to Tasha's, but she in my opinion has more control than Tasha. Tasha, we already know she does the runs from the 90s, which I ain't hating on because I can't do them runs. But she I like her voice, and I'm glad she's found her strength, and I'm glad she's stepping out. I do think she should have chilled on them jokes about Tasha and that green dress, because I mean, they have not reconciled yet, so you can't really get off into that kind of thing, joking around, playing around, when we ain't that tight. So chill Tamika. Tasha, let me say that she looks so pretty in her confessional this episode. I will say that I kind of seeing the stylist that Xscape uses. I'm not 100% mad that Tasha got somebody else to be her stylist, but if you're going to do that, you can't be out here dressing different from the girls. When it's time to perform, it's time to dress like the group, period. And quit making excuses and just keep it real. Keep it a buck about what happened. And Tasha, aka La Toxic, she has a thing I like to call the I don't know demon. I've been watching her interviews. Sorry, my little weave ponytail has been making its appearance. I've been watching her little interviews. And whenever she's backed up against the wall, I don't know. I don't know why you felt that way. I don't know. I didn't know this was going on. Rocky stole this money. I don't know how he stole this money. Are you sure? You sure this is his number? I don't know if this is his number. I don't know if that's his real name. Like, just, girl, miss me with the I don't knows. You know something. Okay? You ain't that ignorant. You know what's going on. And you know what you're doing. And at this point, in my opinion, when it comes to Tasha, the only way that she can redeem her character at this point is if she divorces Rocky and blames it all on him and says that she has been manipulated this whole time and she was not in the right headspace. She was brainwashed this whole time, and will we all forgive her? If she don't come forward with that and the truth, nothing else but the truth, so help me God, then her character is doomed, in my opinion. Her character and reputation is doomed. I will be listening to that album though, I won't lie, just because I do still like her voice and I want to hear some of those upbeat songs. I didn't particularly like some of the slow songs I heard. Stay With Me, and there was another one I heard. It didn't do anything for me, but I do want to hear what it sounds like. Let me know in the comments if you're gonna listen to her album or not. All right, let's get into Coco. Let me say this, y'all. The egos have come into the building, okay? And the real Coco is coming out. I hate that her ego is like that, because she don't really have to be that way. She don't have to, but she can, because she's her, and her voice is, she outsings all of them. And but she don't really have to, because she outsings all of them. She I could see she's getting a little snippy with Candy. I love Candy, because Candy may be the richest one of all the girls, and she always humbles herself down to them, because she don't like, I could tell she don't really like conflict. She don't want to be in drama and conflict with the girls. She just want to get this show completed. She wants to advocate for her group, which you can't blame. You're gonna want to advocate for your group. But she tries, in a sense, to like, okay, let's stick to this business. She's not taking shots or digs at the other girls and not taking it personal. Business is separate from personal. And I think that's part of the issue here. Candy is coming at this from a business perspective, and that's it. Whereas you get Lily and Coco taking it from a perspective of personal, like, and like personally, and I don't blame them, you know, I don't blame them. In my opinion, these things have to be talked about from the business perspective. So I'm not really mad at Candy for bringing certain things up, but I wish it was the higher ups talking about some of the logistics as opposed to the girls directly talking about this, because the egos do fly. Jay, I'm so glad that Jalen was on the show, on the episode, and saying that he's gonna go to college and finish it out. I'm so glad to hear that, because he needs to. You gotta have a backup plan. Music is so fickle. Entertainment is so fickle. And one second they want to hear from you, next second they don't. and it has nothing to do with your talent when it comes to stuff like that. I wonder if that storyline was even real though, because Coco's bringing him on the show to promote who he is, and making sure we know who he is and build his following. So I wonder if the storyline was even really true to begin with. Anyway, since we are talking about the kids, I forgot to mention that Zanique was on this episode. I follow Zanique. Zanique is gorgeous. I really wish she would model. She is so beautiful to me. Aesthetically, she's gorgeous. She has a new album called The Breakup. I like her new song that is out with her baby daddy, Hunter. I cannot think of the song right now. I think it's called One More Time. So check that out. But I really like that song, and I hear the growth in her voice, and I like her. And we already know Eris is phenomenal. She's a star, so she was on the show too, and I love seeing her on the show. Let's get off into Lily. Those first few scenes with Lily in it, I love that lipstick color. I found it kind of weird that she, as open as she is sexually, and you writing this book called Sister Hot, that you're like a little, I don't want to say cringy, but you're a little awkward when it comes to the stripper clothes. Like, it's weird to me. Like, don't act like you ain't about this life. Not that you just gonna be about everything sex related, but don't be acting like prude now when you writing a whole erotic novel that you're gonna have to push. I just thought that was weird. I don't know. Now Taj, the whole strip tease scene in the beginning was comical and cringy. Like, we ain't need that, Taj. But as cringy as it's like, girl, them abs is killing. Go ahead, girl. I didn't even know you was like flat. Not that she didn't look good in her clothes or anything. It's just something I didn't know. They tend to dress, you know, a little more baggy, more comfortable. She looks phenomenal. Makes me want to get some abs one day. All right. So we saw the girls. They were picking out dancers. It was hilarious when Taj was on there dancing, being silly, and just being cool. I love that about her. She's super cool. Yeah, I love that about her. Always keeps the positive energy going, and I want her to continue with that. All right, let's get off into Candy. I didn't like that hair couture thing she got going on on this episode. I love the faux, it looks like, I think, faux locks when she had the gold on. I love that look. But she's trying new things, and I love and appreciate that about Candy. I know she's gone natural, so she is trying new looks with her hair, and I'm not mad at that. That one style was a miss for me, but it is what it is. You know, when you try new things, sometimes it's hit, sometimes it's miss. If anybody know that, I do. All right. So let's get into SWV and Xscape. They are trying to figure out the order of the songs, who's going to go first, who's going to end, all this. In my opinion, I think that SWV should end with Weak because that's the biggest song. That's my opinion. Period. Point blank. The girls can alternate within the show. That would be cool. Nothing wrong with that. But Weak should end the show. But I hate that when they come to these points of contention, when emotions and egos are high, they need to just table it and then come back to it later. Because it gets to a point where it's like, y'all, never mind. Don't even do the show. Forget it. Forget it. I was gonna say I don't want to see it, but I do want to see it. But y'all just don't even do it. That's how it makes me feel. So that's, and they're taking all this time up on these little minor logistics as if it's going to make a difference in the end, in the sense of their legacy. These girls are famous. They are icons. And it's not going to tarnish anyone's legacy. I get Xscape want to stay where they are and not take a step downward. I understand that from a business perspective. But this is not going to affect or tarnish y'all's name. Actually, after the conversation was had, y'all should have humbled down, because in my opinion, SWV paved the way for y'all to even come out looking the way y'all look and sounding the way y'all sound. Nothing wrong with the way y'all look, but wearing like the hip-hop clothes of the 90s and singing like angels is what I mean. And so they paved that way. And so in my opinion, Xscape should have humbled down, because it's not going to take away from them to uplift and honor these girls who are older, who've come before them and paved the way. And I don't think it's going to take away the contributions of SWV to go second or anything. But I do think SWV should be the ones that are ending the show. And then maybe they'll all come on there and do a song together. Maybe some inspirational or gospel. I don't know. But Week needs to be the final song. But I just did not like the shade they were throwing at each other. I know it's fun to do that for reality TV, but I'm not a fan of it. And yeah. SWV, they've sold more records. Xscape has Candy and Tiny, who has the larger following. But right now, when it comes to this show, in my opinion, go with the ones who have sold the most records as the closer. That's just my opinion. Co-headline. And let that be what it is. It's just one show, I believe, because they're clearly ain't going to be able to make it through no tour with these attitudes. Side note, why does Tiny need a piano in the dressing room? Anybody know? Is that for her to warm up? What is that for? I don't know. I think they are putting too much emphasis on what they do in their individual shows. I do this in my show. I do this on my show. And in our show, we do this. But you're not looking at the show collectively, okay? Candy and Tiny have the most followings, and that's who brings them out to their show. But when we come to this show we're coming to this show because of the nostalgia. I don't come to the show because I watch Candy on Housewives. I would come because I always admired their songs, all of their songs. And really for me, Coco's one of the people who taught me how to sing. So if I had to choose a group, it would be that. But I'm coming to hear all of their music and feel the nostalgia of the 90s and the nostalgia of the music and how it makes me feel. That's what's going to sell the tickets for this concert with both of them in it. It don't got nothing to do with me watching Tiny shows or Candy shows. So I just wanted to say that. And I think the cameras end up bringing out more of the ego, because you want to be responsible for how you appear and how you look. And if one is trying to one-up you in front of everybody, then you got to show up and one-up them. And it just turns into a whole thing. Now, back to this thing with Rocky and Tasha. Rocky is shady. He's evil, in my opinion. He really is. And both him and Tasha need to come clean about what has happened with this money. I be watching Tasha K. It's federal. It's federal. Like, come clean with what happened with this money. Pay your sister back. Quit trying to, oh, well, we family, we sisterhood. It's about the sisterhood. It's about the sisterhood when it was benefiting you. When it was no longer benefiting you, it wasn't about the sisterhood. It's about family when it's benefiting you. I'm so glad that Tamika she's woken up. Like, I'm so glad. And it's time for Tasha, Rocky, and the mama to all wake up as well. And they try to blame God. Well, God this and God that. Sometimes God will allow you to be exposed. If you want to keep hiding, you want to keep having secrets, you want to keep being manipulative, sneaky, the truth comes to the light. And sometimes he will allow these things to be exposed because he wants to change you. Or he wants to send a warning out to others who are like you. Or he wants to redeem some of the people, you know, that have been victim to some of the stuff that you've done to them. He might want to heal those people. Not every exposure is the devil. Okay? Anyway, this show has had me in a chokehold. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button. And I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And I'm going to be watching all the podcasts and all the interviews. And Tasha missed me with that fake apology. Tamika, thank you so much for your receipts, girl. I'm watching, I'm listening. This is my reaction to Queens of R&B, SWV and Xscape. I'm out.